should hear it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Let's do it. G. G as in good, 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 good. Lord of mercy. Go for it. Good morning, everybody. Come on in. Let's get started. Let's stand up and do some singing. Welcome to this loving place. There are no strangers here. Welcome to this place of open hearts. Thank you for being here. You're welcome anytime, every time, just the way you are. Welcome to this joyful place. Let the celebration begin. Namaste, namaste. no strangers here. Welcome to this place of open hearts. Thank you for being here. You're welcome anytime, every time, just the way you are. Welcome to this joyful place. Let the celebration begin. Namaste, namaste, come on in. Namaste, namaste, come on in. Namaste, namaste, come on in.
Well, hey, thanks, Jan. Hi, y'all. How you doing? Good. Welcome to Unity of Wimberley. And for those of you joining on live stream, oh, there you are back there. Hi. And we're glad you're here, and we honor you as though you were here with us in person. We gather here each Sunday by divine appointment to celebrate this human journey together and to reaffirm the divine that dwells in each of us. And now let us join in calling on this powerful resource together. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. And now let us unite our spirits as we hold this vision for our church. We are an open-hearted spiritual community, powerfully transforming our world by honoring the sacred in all. And we practice this mission, inspired by our shared spiritual awakening. We offer practical teachings that empower healthy, abundant, and meaningful living. And after today's daily word, is this okay? Am I okay voice-wise? Okay, because Dorothy's a little shorter, so I was thinking ahead. Yeah, okay, we can bring it down a little bit. There. After today's daily word reading, we'll have a congregational song where we greet each other. And if you want to be hugged, great. If you want to have a handshake, great. But make it very clear which you prefer. Amen. And with today's daily word, Dorothy Knight.
Thank you. I am a little bit shorter, yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Our word for today is in the moment. I am grateful for the gifts within each moment. Every moment exudes infinite possibility, and I am grateful for the gifts each moment offers in my life today. Still, it is not always easy to remember the power of possibilities that lie within every moment, as distractions claim my attention. Retreating from the external by turning within, I center my awareness in God and my divine identity. I anchor myself in the now moment, appreciative of its power and open to its gifts. It is by tuning into this moment that I feel the light and love of infinite spirit. Acknowledging that the source of all I need is within and all around me, I relax into the peace of each powerful moment. I joyfully affirm, I am grateful for the gifts within each moment. See, now is the acceptable time. See, now is the day of salvation. 2 Corinthians 6, verse 2.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's stand up and do some more singing. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul, let spirit flow. Make them stronger with every word. Help them to see that heaven is all around. Fill my heart with the courage to pray. Free my mind from yesterday. Tell people what's true. Let me know what's mine to do, and help me to do it each and every day. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Let spirit flow. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Help in the kingdom wherever I go. So greet that neighbor. Y'all come back. Sing with me. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Let spirit flow. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Show me the kingdom wherever I go. Come on back, y'all. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Let spirit show. Rise up, oh my soul. Rise up, oh my soul. Show me the kingdom wherever I go. Show me the kingdom wherever I go. Show me the kingdom wherever I go. It's quite a greeting, y'all.
Thank you, Kit Holmes, Jeff Stockey, and Rick Furley. Y'all are sure a happy bunch today, I'm just saying. Affirming that your cell phones are silent. So a special thank you goes to Cherie Burrows for donating the floor mats for the UniKids classroom. Cherie, where are you? Oh, she's in the bookstore. Our kids, and especially the teachers, are grateful, and we want to keep them happy. So thank you, Cherie. Announcement from Molly Steele, A Year to Live, this Thursday at 10 o'clock in the Fireside Room. 10:30. All righty. And next Saturday is the Wise Women Brunch, and this is an accessory fundraiser. So come, it's 10 to 12. Bring something to eat, to share, and if you want to contribute women's things or home accessories, and then there will be a love offering. All right, and also next Sunday is Potluck Sunday. We know. You already gave the theme. Are you changing it?
Let's go to Mexico.
Okay. That's what I thought. And next Sunday in the bookstore, we'll have summer clearance, so stop by and get some bargains. Also next Sunday is new membership reception. 7 new members are joining our church. And the next Wednesday night series will use this booklet, The Golden Key for Today. It was originally written by Emmett Fox. And they'll read from it and share. And I can tell you that I read it and I used it and it works. So y'all go ahead. I didn't want to say something if it didn't work, but it works. My husband doesn't know he got it used on him, but anyway, he did. So this is from 6 o'clock, notice the new time a little earlier, to 7:30, and you can come and go as you please, and it's not this Wednesday because that's Halloween, it's the next Wednesday. And the little books, there's a whole bunch of them out there on the, I always forget what that table's called, visitor's table, and you can take one, it's a love offering of $1. Okay, I think that's it. And with our gathering prayer is Molly Steele.
Let us pray. Focusing on your breath, breathing in to that divine presence, that one presence that is called God, and just being grateful for the divine ability that we have to choose. We've chosen to be here today. We've chosen to be in this sacred place, this space that is so filled with spirit and with love. We have chosen to be together as a spiritual family. One for all for one. We are one. And for this, knowing that we can carry this feeling of this sacred space, this place, and this family with us wherever we go. And especially remembering to carry this feeling with us into the voting booth. We are grateful for these many gifts, and we say, thank you, God. Amen.
Solitary and so exposed. Ask the wind if it knows why. Oh, why do I open wide to a wide open sky? only darkness and only stars, only seeing with my heart, only sun and only blue, seeing clearly what I must do. I could burn up in the sun. There's no fear inside of me. No zenith, no nadir, no hands, no feet. Just drifting, 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 drifting in peace. Wide, open wide, open wide. Oh, why do I open wide to a wide open sky? I would like you to hold that open space if you would, and even if you feel like putting your hands over your heart, I please invite you to do so. Open wide and open at the top. That is the topic I'm going to be talking about today. But what I wanted to bring into that openness and that space of love is holding the highest and best for those in Pittsburgh at the synagogue, and for anyone and everyone who is feeling loss, who is feeling lost, who may be feeling powerless, who may be feeling confused and angry. And that we breathe into that space of knowing that regardless of appearances, it is our job, it is our calling to hold the highest, to not go into the anger. It's okay to be human, it's okay to have the feelings, but we don't stay there, because our job as the beacons and as the lights we are in this world is to elevate the thought, elevate our heart space. So for a moment, we hold everyone in our highest thought and our love. And so it is. Thank you. So this last week, we finished, or I should say just the beginning of the 8-week class with Anatomy of the Spirit.
And for those of why I say the beginning is because those of you who have read the book, those of you who have taken the deep dive with Reverend Jill and myself, you know that the genie's out of the bottle now, right? And it's a transformational process. And I thank you again for those of you who, even if you only came to one class, even if you have read the book in the past and you were not able to join us on Wednesday nights, what I know is that this community as a whole is so engaged and going so deep. And I am so grateful. I am so grateful that you are here and you're saying yes. You may not know what the calling is, but you're here and you know it, you feel it. So thank you for being here. We talked this last week about the 7th chakra, the crown chakra, the open at the top chakra. And what we know about this is that it is the place where spirit comes through us. It energizes every one of the other 6 chakras for us. Can't live without it. It is our very breath, if we think about it that way. It is the life force that comes through us from the top down and then in and swirling and all the other things that energy does in our bodies. But the sacred truth about the 7th chakra is be here now. Be in the present, live in the present moment now. This last weekend, I was in Asheville, North Carolina. I just got back on Tuesday. And I was at the annual practitioners retreat. And what that means is, and I'll hang on, Curtis, don't pull it up yet. I'll give you a little background. Those of you who do know me know that I am a licensed religious science practitioner, and I'm in my eighth year. I'm just renewing my 8th year with that. Through the Centers for Spiritual Living, and a little bit of background that when Reverend Jill and I started swirling about ideas, not knowing what form this community or either one of our lives were going to take with this community, we had a shared vision. And it wasn't that we sat down and we talked about that vision. We just both ended up with pretty much the same darn vision for this community. It was uncanny, as they say, but what we also know is that because we are open at the top, we were open to whatever spirit, whatever God had in store, in mind for, not just for us personally, but for this community. Because what I know is that there was a powerful, powerful search team that put out some pretty good juju. And they put that energy into action, which is how all of this works. They were open to saying, we know what we want, we know what we feel, we know all of those things. Great search team, excellent board, okay? Throughout this process, none of us, Jill didn't know what was going to happen. If you remember Jeannie King, she didn't know what was going to happen. But what I know about all of the candidates was that we were all open at the top, and no matter what happened, we were good with it. And I can speak for myself from that perspective is, if it goes this way, I'm good, and if it goes this way, I'm also really good. That's another feature of the 7th chakra, is that non-attachment. It is surrendering to the greater good. Not my will, but thy will. And not from a perspective of I'm throwing my hands up in the air and giving up surrender, but a leaning into the power of that presence and working in harmony with it. So when Jill and I talked about the overall vision, she, of course, came from the Unity side. She's been in the Unity ministry for 25 plus years. I've been in the religious science of mind side now for close to 20 years. In my own finding a spiritual practice, finding my way back through this. We talked about a joint venture of sharing both of those kinds of teachings. So this last week, as a licensed religious science practitioner, I was in Asheville, North Carolina for that retreat. And Curtis, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and put up that slide. So what you see there, this is actually the altar of the Center for Spiritual Living in Asheville, North Carolina. And that symbol that you see there, that is the Science of Mind teaching symbol. And I'm not going to go into great detail about it, but overall, you can see the overall shape of it is a circle, which of course is the infinity symbol. Its center is nowhere, its circumference is everywhere. It's divided into 3 sections, the top section being spirit, being first cause, what we call first cause in the teaching, is the first idea. The middle section is what we call the law, or our subconscious. That is that thing that always says yes. No matter what our thoughts, no matter what our words, no matter what we are putting into our beliefs, that middle section that we call the law just says, okay, here you go. So what we know is in this teaching is if our constant continuous thought is, I'm tired, I'm poor, I'm sick, the law says, okay, you can have some more of that. Yeah. And it doesn't care. That's the thing about it. There is no judgment whatsoever. It just does what it does. The bottom section then is manifest, is our body. So we have mind, soul. In this particular teaching, the middle section is soul and the bottom section is body. So you see the V shape. That is spirit coming into form, open at the top. You just got Science of Mind 101, okay? There's a whole section in the textbook of different uses for that symbol and seeing different approaches to using that. So as a practitioner, what that means is anybody that, when I went through the process, there is about 2 to 3 years, depending on how many classes you want to take at a time and what's available. Now there's more available online. 2 to 3 years of prep work, foundations, and the other one just went out of my head. It's the second foundations class that they're offering now. And you do all these prerequisites before you ever even get to practitioner training, which is another 2-year program. So it's an intense course of study, and it's also life-altering, much like you're here experiencing through any metaphysical practice. When you dig in, when you lean in, it's life-altering. It's life-changing. So if you know, the screen's kind of dark. What you can't, I don't think you can see is the, along there, it's not really an altar, it's more like a shelf. They have different colored vessels that are colors of the chakras, which I love. When I walked in and I saw that, I was like, yes, very cool. So what we're doing here in this community is we know that we're pretty much teaching the same thing between unity and science of mind. It's metaphysics, it's quantum physics. It is what we do with our thoughts, what our belief system is, what our underlying belief system is every single day of how we operate in the world. And when we operate from a place of love, consciously a place of love, we can get through the things that look like crises and chaos. We can get through the diagnosis. We can get through the loss of a job. We can get through the seeming appearance of the loss of an income or some other thing in the human realm that says, oh my gosh, this should be awful. I should be suffering. This is not easy, as most of you know. It is not easy once you start leaning into this practice. But what we teach about consciousness is you're always at choice. You can choose a different thought. You can choose a different thought. So that's what Jill and I are doing here. I want to go, but I'm not going to do it. The 7th chakra in this, the Christian sacrament that is attached to this is what's called unction, something. Thank you, extreme unction, meaning in the Christian sacrament is last rites. As you've heard, when somebody's ready to pass, they have a priest come in and do honor last rites. But basically what it means is taking care of unfinished business. It also means dying to the old way of being, letting go of old beliefs that don't serve you anymore. And as I said, being present living in the present moment. What is happening right here, right now? In this room, there is joy, there is love, there's an energy, we feel community. We did a little singing, we did a little hugging, we said hello. We know the feeling here of that vibration. And it moves us into that place. For me personally, I get fed knowing that I'm with other people that are really stepping it up, really trying to step it up in consciousness, really moving to that place of, oh, yes, this happened, and yes, I can state the facts of what just happened here, but it's not the truth of who I am. It's not the truth of who we are. And what I mean by that is something comes along during the day. Something goes a little sideways. It doesn't go the way we planned. How many of you experience that on a daily basis? Okay. We know the joke. We make plans. That's God's biggest joke on us, is laughing at us because we make plans. And not that we shouldn't, because obviously we need to do some things. We need to take care of our business in the human realm. But when those things go sideways, our belief system, mostly unconscious, will kick in and drive the rest of the day, if we let it. Or with practice, with tremendous amount of practice, we can step aside and say, okay, how would I like this to come out? How would I like this to turn out? Do I want to spend the rest of my day griping and moaning and cussing and blaming or any of that stuff? And it's okay if you choose that. Just recognize you're going to have many more opportunities to get much more of that. Not just today, but the next day and the next day and the next day, because what's happening is you're feeding the belief system. And so our practice is moving into, as practitioners, what we do is we hold the consciousness for you. We pray with you. Basically, it's, as a licensed practitioner, I have a license to pray. Pretty much. And they put a little button on our little bags at the retreat, and it said, "Make my day, asks me to pray." Ernest Holmes, our founder of Science of Mind and Religious Science, he calls practitioners, we are the healing arm of the movement. And to give you some numbers of that kind of thing, on the Science of Mind side, there are about 900 licensed ordained ministers around the world in about 450 centers around the world. But there are 3,600 licensed practitioners. Yeah. And we dig in. If you've been in any of my classes, if you've heard me do some things, if you've been to any of my retreats, and I think those of you who are at the women's retreat, I'm the one that's going to hold your feet to the fire in consciousness. With tough love, certainly. But I'm not going to let you swirl into the story. I'm not going to let you go into the ain't it awful, ain't it awful, ain't it awful. And if you come to me like for the 7th or 8th or 10th time, I'm going to be loving, but I'm not going to be very nice. And I mean that with humor, but also because it is so important. It is so important to get a hold of our thoughts, to not let that crazy train run off the tracks, not jump on the crazy train and jump off the tracks. So as a licensed practitioner, that's what I'm going to do. When you come to me, you can tell me what's going on, but honestly, not that I'm cold-hearted and I don't care, but I don't care about the conditions. I don't care about the circumstance. What I care about is where you want to go. Do you want to be at peace? Do you want to feel resolved with something? Do you want something to be finished? The healing. And the healing can be finances, it can be more than physical, it can be relationships. But you have to know where you're going. That's the direction of what a practitioner does. And we do that, we are licensed to do that professionally, we have clients and that sort of thing. being in that energy of focused on where we're going rather than where we've been, digging around in the past, looking for stuff we don't need to be looking around for just because it, makes us, it gives us a hit, gives us a little adrenaline hit to take that emotional, it's like, yeah, ain't it awful, and that happened to me. Where do you want to go? Where do you want to go next? So my invitation to you and my challenge to you as well is we think about elevating. We think about being open at the top, elevating our thoughts, elevating our actions, to stay out of the gossip, especially right now with what's going on in the world. As I said when I started, we are here to be the beacons. We are here to be the example. We are here to hold the space and the ground, just like I do as a practitioner. I hold the truth when you can't see it for yourself. And the truth is that every single person in this room is a being of light, is a powerful being of love, is a powerful place in this world. You're here right now in this time, in this what looks like a crazy time in the world. It is no accident that you are alive at this moment, because there's stuff for us to do. And that is being in service to that higher thing, dying to the old self, giving last rites to those beliefs that just do not work. And you know they don't. You know they don't work anymore. And affirming and affirming and affirming again and again and again that I am a child of God. I am a light being. I'm here in love. I'm here to be love. I am here to be strength and holding that place of compassion and listening. Because you have it in you. That's what I know. That's what I affirm as a practitioner for you, is that God light within you. That's the first thing I'm going to say to you and see in you. Is that presence of God that is everywhere, that we affirm every week. There is a power. And as we affirm in Science of Mind, there is a power for good in the universe that we can use every moment of every day. And it is in us, as each one of us. So my invitation for you as we go into meditation is to elevate. And I'm going to bring up in just a second, when you leave the Center for Spiritual Living in Asheville, North Carolina, Asheville is very mountainous and hilly, and they have a beautiful site that is built into the side of a hill in this beautiful babbling brook down below the parking lot. It's just peaceful and gorgeous. But you come in a driveway and you pretty much, like if you have a long nose on your car, it can feel like you're going over a roller coaster, because you have to go down the hill to go to the parking lot. And it's a one way in, one way out. And on the way out, I love this, and I'm gonna share this with Reverend Jill, because I would like to see this on our gate as we exit. Go ahead, Curtis, and pull up that. So the reminder being that when you leave this room, you don't forget that you have a purpose and you have a mission and you have a job to do. I love that, and I just absolutely, yes, now go make the world a better place. Elevate. That's your word for today, for this week. Elevate your conversations. If you feel gossip happening around you, step aside. Bless it, walk away from it, don't engage. If you feel, step away from it, bless it, walk away from it. Hold the higher thought. That's what we're here to do today. That's what open at the top is, allowing it in and then taking the action on it. Being the light that you're here to be. So let's go into meditation. So if you have your arms crossed or your ankles crossed or your hands crossed, untwist. Just set your hands gently in your lap. And if you're comfortable, if you haven't already, just please gently close your eyes. And remember that wide open feeling. Breathe into that wide open feeling. And bring your attention to the top of your head, the crown chakra. And imagine that V shape open at the top. If you want to think of it like a funnel, but just watch and imagine that opening becoming wider and wider. And imagine the light, this beautiful white, maybe just a hint of violet, but beautiful, brilliant white light just streaming in from the top of your head. Swirling about any thought of resistance, any thought of any judgment. Just let that light surround those thoughts. Just let them dissipate. And then let that light run down through the third eye, down through the throat chakra, let it sit in the heart for a little while. Let it swirl and expand. Let it ignite that love. Let it ignite the truth of who you are, which is you are a God expression. You are spirit expressing in human form. You are powerful beyond measure to go out and make the world a better place. And if there is one small idea, or maybe a large idea, there is no large or small in God, of one thing that you can do today to elevate your consciousness, to elevate your light being in this world. Just take that thought, that idea, and hold it in your heart. Do not worry about how. Do not worry. Period. Take that thought, that idea, just let it simmer in the love and in the light. And what to do next will be revealed. Trust. Trust and know that because you are God expressing and you have that power in you, you have that partner. Trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. All is well. So take a deep breath. Let it out fully. Ground yourself in that truth. Allow yourself to be in partnership with that is already in you. You don't have to go looking. It's already there. So let's take another deep breath. And knowing this truth, let's affirm that all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of love within me, and all is well, all is well, all is well, all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of love within me, and all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of peace within me, and all is well, all is well, all is well, all is well. I surrender to the power and presence of peace within me, righty. Yeah, now I can see. There we go. So this is the time in our service where we have a chance to give back, to support the work that is being done here that goes out into the world. And to remind you as well that we are a tithing church. So what comes into us also goes out as a community to great causes around the planet, to good people doing our work of consciousness in the world. So as part of that prosperity consciousness, we give where we are spiritually nourished. We are grateful for these gifts and know that Spirit is working through us and as us to support all that is needed for our community and beyond. So let's take a moment to bring those gifts into your hearts. If you have it, even if you've given online, I ask you to put your hands over your heart if you have your gift in your hand, and just imbue it, surround it, enfold it with that love and gratitude. And we offer this affirmation in abundance. I'm going to ask the ushers to come up. I should have done that first. While you're holding your gifts, come on up. I know it's a little wonky. I'm not standing in front of you, so. So as you're holding your gift in your hand and in your heart space, we offer this affirmation of abundance. Together, divine love as me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Let's do it. People keep on learning. Soldiers keep on warring. World keeps on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Keep on lying while the people keep on dying. World keeps on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Teachers keep on teaching. Preachers, well, the preachers keep on preaching. World keeps on turning, 'cause it won't be too long. Lovers keep on loving. Believers just keep believing. Sleepers just stop sleeping, 'cause it won't be too long. my higher ground. Till I reach my highest ground. Thank you, Jeff and Rick. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So, with full hearts, let us bless these gifts. Together, we bless these gifts and the givers with our love and gratitude. Thank you, gentlemen. And thank you to everybody who volunteers. Thank you, ushers. Thank you to the welcome team. Thank you, anybody who just makes coffee, opens the door, greets. Thank you. If you are visiting for the first time today, please raise your hand. Not going to make you stand or talk or anything, if you feel so inclined. All right. Okay, so everybody's here. Awesome. Awesome. So welcome, and those of you who are joining us online for the first time, welcome to you as new watchers. You can share this on Facebook. It will be on the website. The recording is always on the website. Next Sunday, Potluck Sunday, going to Mexico. Wednesday night is a week from, not this Wednesday night, the 7th of November. 6 o'clock, it's a different time, and it's a shorter time, 6 to 7:30. You are welcome to come and go as you please. It's more contemplative as we move into this time of moving into kind of more craziness for the holidays. The next 2 months that Reverend Jill and I, we're going to be just sort of giving you a space to get some space if you need it. Please stop by the bookstore today. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. The holidays are coming. I know they're doing a sale. And as always, blue prayer request sheets are on the back table, the yellow gratitude sheets for our gratitude jar, and Molly is available to pray with you up here after the service, our chaplain on duty, and we send her love and blessing and all of you for sharing, knowing that you are held in the highest. You are held in the highest thoughts. So, let's sing in the kids, shall we? Let's stand. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. You shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. You are a light, you are a light, you are a light in this world. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. And you shine, and you shine, and you shine so bright. Let us bless our children together. We love you. We bless you. We appreciate you just the way you are. And our prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever we are, God is, because I am. There was a time in my life, thought I'd have to do it all for myself. Didn't think the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. So I can say, if you're discouraged,
trying just to make it through another day. You gotta let it go. Let it all go. And this is what you got to say. I release, I let go, I let Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let go, I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release, I let go, I let Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle.